Hello everyone, Luca here, and today I'm going to be ranking my top 10 favorite LEGO Star Wars sets. This list is only going to include sets from my personal collection, so no sets that I had or want. I'm recording this video in April of 2025, so this list can and will change in the future. Starting off the list at number 10, I have the Buildable Child from 2020. Now this is one of those sets that if you don't own it, then you don't want it, because it was on shelves for so long that you had the opportunity to pick it up. Anyway, I really like this set, maybe because it's Grogu, but I remember going to the LEGO store and getting this set and then just getting a bunch of promos with it. This is a really good buildable figure, and I think it looks like Grogu. I know a lot of people don't like his face. I think it looks fine. It just doesn't have a lot of posability. Like, you can move his ears, turn his head, and move his hands, and that's really about it. Like all buildable figures, he does come with a specifications plaque, and this one's kind of funny because it has favorite toy being the Razor Crest shifter knob, which other characters like Chewbacca won't have that, but Grogu's like a kid, so it's kind of funny how they included this. In the number 9 spot, I have the Fang Fighter versus TIE Interceptor. Now, there's two builds in this set, and one of them is the reason it's in the number 9 spot, but we'll start off with the Fang Fighter. It's a good looking ship. It didn't really have much screen time in the show, but I think it looks good. But the main reason this set is on the list is because it's TIE Interceptor. Now, this is one of the cleanest looking Star Wars ships, and I think it's my favorite TIE variant. It was the TIE Bomber, but this just looks so good, and I like the wings, how they're angled, and the cockpit piece just looks really nice. I kind of wish the set retailed for $60 and only came with the TIE Interceptor because the Fang Fighter is good, but I think this set would have sold a lot better if it was just the TIE Interceptor. Plus, you can army build a bunch of them, which is pretty cool. In the number 8 spot, I have the Dagobah Jedi Training Diorama. I really like the angles on the set, like Yoda's hut looks really good, as well as the part of the X-Wing sticking out of the swamp. And speaking of the swamp, the designers added a bunch of brown and tan plates under these translucent green tiles, so it makes it look like the swamp has a bunch of depth, which is really cool. The set does have a little bit of play, like you can recreate the scene where Luke tried to lift the X-Wing, as well as Yoda's hut has a small interior where Yoda's lightsaber's there, as well as a bed and a pot. And lastly, the set just looks really good on a shelf, and if you have any of the other dioramas, it looks really good next to them. In the number 7 spot, I have the Millennium Falcon from 2019. Now, this set was on shelves for 5 years, and LEGO might have needed a Millennium Falcon to be on shelves, but it's so good that it's not really outdated, and they replaced it with the Dark Falcon. But for the time that it was on shelves, it's really good and really accurate. It is based off Rise of Skywalker, which isn't a loved movie, but I mean, you could just recolor the plates and it's fine. There is a small cockpit where you can fit 2 minifigs plus Dio, as well as a full interior. So one of the rooms is the room with the chess table, and another room is with like beds, the hyperdrive, and the area where they smuggle cargo. The set did fix the flaw with all the other Falcons, where there are many tiny panels, and this set just included 5 panels, which is really nice because it was easy to access the interior. The set did include 5 minifigures, being Lando, Chewbacca, C-3PO, Finn, Bulio, which is pretty cool, R2, and Dio, but Lando being the coolest one because it's double-sided cape. In the number 6 spot, I have the ATTE from 2022. I remember when the set came out, it was impossible to find, probably because it was an ATTE, but also because that Phase 2 Commander Cody, which was never seen before, and fans were really excited. The set does include a carrying handle, which I tried to pick it up one time, and it just rolled off my fingers, and the set shattered on the ground. But, I mean, if you hold it the right angle, it should be fine. You can also put one minifig in the cockpit to drive the ATTE, as well as a bunch in the back, and there's even space in the front. And the set did include 8 minifigs, 3 of which were battle droids, 1 was a clone gunner or pilot, and then 3 of them were 2 12 troopers, and the main one was the Phase 2 Commander Cody, which is pretty cool. I just kinda wish he included the Palpatine hologram. In the number 5 spot, I have the AT-AT from 2020. This set my dad bought for me for May 4th in 2021, and I had the Snowspeeder from the Wampa Cave, so I'd always wrap the tow cable around the AT-AT's legs. The set does have a small interior, so you can put a Snowspeeder in the back of the AT-AT, but the coolest part was this little like winch that you can tow Luke up, so he'd be hanging from the AT-AT and the string would pull him up. I think that this is overall a really good AT-AT, and of all the AT-ATs that LEGO's made, this is probably the best one because it looks the best and it's the most accurate. I think they perfected all the panels, the legs, and the head, which you can actually put General Veers in 2 of the AT-AT driver pilots, which was never seen before. In the number 4 spot, I have the buildable RTD2 from 2021. I also got this set for May 4th, but I bought it last year so that I can get the droid troop carrier. I know there's not a lot of people that like this set anymore because last year LEGO came out with the smaller $100 RTD2, which is a lot more affordable, and people say it looks better, but this one is just bigger and it has better features. I don't really understand what everyone is saying because this one is a lot more rounded, and I think his head looks a lot better because this one's smooth and the other one has a lot of studs on it. Plus, this one is bigger, and so they can impact more features in it. The set does have a lot of good things going for it, like the feature with the periscope, as well as all the little gadgets that come out of R2's front. Plus, the top of him has a little compartment where you can take out Luke's lightsaber. The set also has one of the coolest features in a LEGO Star Wars set, where if you lift R2-D2's legs, his third leg will actually pop out the bottom, which is really cool, and the 2012 version didn't include this feature, because you had to manually take it out. The set also looks really nice on a shelf, and goes well with any of the other buildable characters. Now breaking into the top 3, at the number 3 spot, I have the UCS X-Wing from 2023. Comparing this set to the 2013 one, I think it is better in almost every way. I think the engines are a lot better and they are more accurately sized, as well as a lot of the building techniques are a lot smoother and nicer. The set is very smooth and sleek, and I like how there are very little gaps on this set. LEGO also included a really nice Pilot Luke minifig with dual molded legs and printed arms, but it sadly came in a keychain, so it lost a lot of its value. The set looks really good from any angle, and I really like how they used a flipper piece on the S-foil guns. I think the cockpit looks really good and is very detailed, and I like how they included the targeting computer for Luke to look in. You can't actually sit Luke in there with the cockpit closed because the cockpit windshield is too low. I think the area for the astromech droid looks really good and it's very detailed, but when you put R2 in it, he's just way too small. This is a very easy fix because you can just use that R2D2 polybag from 2017 to fix this. Now in the number 2 spot, I have the UCS Falcon from 2017. This is one of those LEGO sets where even if you don't collect LEGO, you have seen it before because it's so popular, and it even won a world record for being the biggest LEGO set ever, which it has sadly been passed by other sets. Anyway, the set is very big and very cool, and it has a lot of features, but not a whole lot to be worth $800. I think my biggest disappointment with the set was that there weren't that many rooms, because there was only the room with the chess table, the smuggling room, and that's really it, because the other 2 rooms were just empty space. I do really like the feature with the loading ramp where you can have minifigs run up in there, and there's also an included Minoc, which is really cool. The cockpit's also really cool, but the thing is that, as you can see in this image, C-3PO isn't actually sitting down because Chewbacca's back sticks out a lot, and so that makes it so C-3PO can't sit. Out of the rooms that are included, they are very detailed, and the designers try to compact a bunch of stuff into them at once. The chessboard room is probably my favorite because it's the most iconic and it's really cool, and I really like how they made the seats. The smuggling room is a lot bigger, but the thing is that you can't really fit a minifig in the smuggling compartment because it's so small, so it's mainly just there for show. The last feature is that you can fit a minifig in the gunner section, which is really cool. The set is very cool and very detailed, but I feel like $850 is a lot of money for this, and you're mainly just paying for the UCS thing. But I think it looks really good from the outside, but for play, it's not really that good because there's not a whole lot of rooms. And finally, in the number 1 spot, if you've seen any of my shorts, you would know that my favorite LEGO set is the UCS Razor Crest. I don't even know where to begin with the set because it was my first UCS set, and when I was done building it, I was just so happy with the final product because it was so detailed and I never had a set this detailed before. The Razor Crest is also one of, if not my favorite ship in Star Wars, and when it got blown up, I was pretty sad about that. I bought this set for my birthday in 2022, and I built it in a weekend, so it was like done instantly. It does have some pretty cool features, and the interior is completely fleshed out. The control panel in the set is really detailed, and there's even a little room in the back to put Grogu's pram. The main bay of the ship is also very detailed, and I like how they include the carbonite pieces as well as the place to freeze the mithril. The set just looks so good on a shelf, and I think it's overshadowed by a lot of sets like the UCS AT-AT as well as the UCS Venator, but not a lot of people give love to this set. So there you have it, that is my ranking of my top 10 favorite LEGO Star Wars sets. Comment your favorite set down below, and I'll see you in the next one.